Good morning. Good morning. Joe and Joanne here, and Buddy and Bella and Valentino, right front and center here, getting their Sunday morning treats. Thank you for joining us for our weekly Sunday service for Unity of Delaware. Our regular folks and friends and visitors from everywhere. So glad you found a moment to join us this morning for this half hour of a spiritual message, a couple of songs, and some prayer together. So thank you so much for tuning in. We have a nice wet day today. It's a perfect day for being inside warm and cozy and doing some inner work, which is really our focus today. We have a special guest, really delighted to have with us today, who will be providing the message, Reverend Robert Brumet from Kansas City area. And we have a couple of songs. On one of them, we're really thrilled to have our good friend Jasianna Chaley joining us on it via recording. So the 3 J's of return, Joe says back here. We miss making music with her live, but we figured out with Joe's help a way to combine our recordings. So we'll be doing that in just a moment. I think I'll send these guys packing, and I invite you to think about what you might want to be lifting up in prayer this morning. We always start with a prayer. And I invite you, if you have a prayer request, to share it by means of the comments section. That would go, so if you don't mind it being public. Or send in a prayer request at any time to unitydelawareohio.org, our website. There's a prayer request tab right there at the top, so that we can support you in prayer. We're always doing prayers for healing, continuing our prayers for healing for ourselves, our communities, for people recovering from COVID, for prayers of comfort for those who have lost dear ones to this pandemic, prayers of mental, spiritual healing for all of us as we've come through a difficult year and are heading into another one. Come on over and join me, Joe, and we'll start getting ready to go into prayer.
Good morning.
Bella's eager to go into prayer with us. So
She is.
She's front and center here. She's just got a prayerful consciousness.
Might be playing one of her favorite songs.
Yeah. So we'll go into prayer with a beautiful prayer song by Michael Gott we've done before called I Will Make a Quiet Place. It's what we do whenever we take a moment to go into prayer.
I will make a quiet place within my heart, and I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord. I will make a quiet place within my mind, and I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still and know. I will make a quiet place within my life, and I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord. I will make a quiet place. I will make a quiet place. I will make a quiet place.
As we close our eyes, we allow ourselves to sink very easily, very comfortably into that place of stillness in us, that place of strength and peace, that wellspring within that we call God, the good, the source of all our needs, all our desires, deep within us, from which we are never separated. We turn our attention to that deep place within us and know our oneness with that source. And know what that means for us, that we are in touch at all times with a wellspring of healing energy that flows through us steadily, constantly, without restriction, never withholding. A source of renewing life, a source of guiding wisdom. If there are choices we must make, decisions, we can call upon that wellspring of great wisdom in us. The divine ideas will rise, lighting the path before us. If we are in need of comfort, of support, of encouragement, of hope, we know God in us is a wellspring of great hope, unfailing hope, and deep comfort. An unshakable peace, unconditional, at all times available to us to steady and strengthen us and lead us forward. We know this truth for each one in our community this morning, for living beings everywhere. Not one of us is separate from that great wellspring of God within us that makes all things possible, that is always leading us toward greater wholeness and freedom and peace. Thank you, God. Amen. Lovely, lovely chords. All right.
Thank you, Michael Gott, for
Michael
those lovely
Gott, that was
chords.
a beautiful prayer song. Yes. We're gonna, before we go into another one, this is another one about kind of going inside. That's our theme today. Reverend Brumet is going to be talking about insight meditation this morning, just a brief introduction to it. And then, as many of you know, that we've got quite a few signups for it. He's going to be leading a seminar on that, about a 90-minute seminar starting at 11:30 today on an experience of that. So we've got a kind of an inner focus, meditation. We're going inside to find that wellspring of great good. So this song by Daniel Nahmod came to mind as a perfect lead-in for that. It's called Inside to Find My God by Daniel Nahmod.
I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God.
Sing it with us.
I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is sacred love. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is sacred love. Inside there is sacred love. Inside there is sacred love.
Beautiful, beautiful song by Daniel Nahmod. All right. Well, while Joe goes over and gets the camera ready, we're going to shift in a moment to the wonderful recording Reverend Brumet sent us this morning. Those of you who have been in Unity circles for a while are probably well familiar with the name Robert Brumet. He's an ordained Unity minister, of course. He was a faculty member at Unity Institute and Seminary in Unity Village for many years. He's a founder of Mindfulness Ministries in Kansas City and an insight meditation teacher. That's going to be his focus for us this morning, of course. And a longtime spiritual director, which is how I got to know him better. He's been my spiritual director in recent months and years, maybe more than a year. He's the author of 4 books: Finding Yourself in Transition, The Quest for Wholeness, Birthing a Greater Reality, and Living Originally. And he conducts a variety of retreats and seminars and classes and does guest speaking all across the country and beyond our country. He's originally from Ohio, though. He's an Ohioan, I think from the Toledo area. So we'll welcome him back to Ohio this morning. I know you're going to really appreciate his insights on insight meditation. Thank you so much, Robert, for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Delaware, Ohio. I am here to talk with you about meditation practice. Meditation practice, it comes in 2 basic varieties. Most people think of meditation as concentrating on something, and that's typically what we do in Unity. We choose a divine idea like love or healing or wholeness or abundance, and then we hold our attention on that idea. Or we can hold a word, a mantra, love, peace, something like that, returning to that mantra. Or we can have a candle flame or a rose or something we look at and return the attention to that. So the focus of concentration practice is to stay with the object of meditation. And when the attention wanders, which it always does eventually, we get caught up in our self-talk. Notice that when you can, and then come back to the object of meditation. So we return to the feeling of the breath or the object of the candle flame or the mantra or the word love or peace or whatever that focus is in our meditation practice. So that's concentration practice. But there is another kind of meditation practice, and that is that of what might be called a mindfulness practice, which is very different. Mindfulness practice is focusing on our moment-by-moment experience in each and every moment. So the object of our meditation is not something static, like a candle flame or a rose or a mantra, but rather it's the ongoing experience, moment by moment, that we have. So in other words, in this moment, I might ask you to be aware of whatever you're aware of. You know, presumably you can hear the sound of my voice, you can see the image of my face, you're probably having sensations in your body, pleasant or unpleasant or otherwise. You may be hearing other sounds beside the sound of my voice, thoughts probably going through your mind. So all of these comprise our present moment experience. And the object of mindfulness practice is to be aware of the whole spectrum of our experience in this very moment. So I sometimes use the metaphor that concentration practice would be like sitting on the edge of a very still pool of water and looking down into that still pool and being able to see all the way down into the bottom of it. With concentration practice, we're able to see deeply and sometimes to enter into states of consciousness that are not accessible to us in our everyday mind. So that's what we do in concentration practice. We go deeper. With meditation practice, with mindfulness practice, we go broader. So we might think instead of looking at a still pool of water, we're looking at a river as it flows past us. We're looking at the river in front of us, and yet we know the river that we're looking at is always changing. As Heraclitus says, we never step into the same river twice. We never see the same river twice. And so it is with the present moment experience. The paradox is we're always in the present moment, and the present moment is always changing. So it's a dynamic. It's a dynamic meditation. It's a meditation that's constantly changing. So that's mindfulness practice. Mindfulness practice is like the floodlights, whereas concentration practice is like the laser beam, metaphorically. So insight meditation is a mindfulness practice. It's a mindfulness practice that comes to us through the Buddhist tradition. In the traditional language, it's called vipassana, 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 which is a Sanskrit word that means seeing directly into the nature of reality, seeing what is in this very moment, not seeing things as they appear to be, but seeing things as they really are. So we sharpen our awareness with both concentration practice and mindfulness practice, but we sharpen it in different ways. With concentration, we go deeper. With mindfulness, we go broader, so to speak. Being aware of the sensations in your body right now, being aware of your thoughts, being aware of what you see, what you hear, what you taste, what you smell. So when we do insight meditation, what we're actually practicing is being present in this very moment and being present to the full spectrum of our experience in this very moment. So we talk about two key words in insight meditation. One is awareness. I think we all know what awareness is. But in insight meditation, we attempt to be aware in a way in which we're adding no meaning or no interpretation to the object of our awareness. See, most of the time we immediately interpret our experience. We hear something and we immediately interpret. That's a dog barking, or that's the sound of a car going by outside. Or that's the clock ticking. Or we see something and the mind immediately interprets. This is a desk, this is a chair, and so forth. What we want to do is just notice what we notice. Colors, shapes, sounds. Just being present to the raw experience, the bare attention it's called. The most immediate experience of this moment. Almost like, I sometimes use the word tasting this moment through all of our senses, without interpreting, without thinking about it, as much as possible, of course. So awareness is bare attention, being aware of whatever it is that comes into our view, so to speak, the present moment. The other aspect of insight meditation that's very important is what's called equanimity, or we might call that acceptance. which means that whatever we experience in the present moment, we simply allow it to be there. We allow whatever shows up to be present. Now, I'm referring to our internal experience, our direct experience of life, feeling, seeing, hearing, and so forth. When we're actually active in the world, we may need to respond to and not accept certain experiences. For example, if I'm crossing a street and I see a big bus coming at me, it's good to be aware of it, but it's also good to interpret it and say, that's a bus and I better get out of the way. But when we're sitting in meditation doing nothing, seemingly hopefully there's no buses or nothing's going to hurt us. So we can pay attention without interpretation. We can simply be here with what is, and allow it to take place. If it's pleasant, just let it be pleasant. If it's painful, just let it be painful. Because we notice that everything changes. That's one of the great insights we can have, is that in this present moment, everything changes. There's no two moments exactly alike, ever. There's no possibility of being bored when we pay attention. There's no same old, same old. Life begins anew in each moment. We are literally born again into each moment because something new is arising in the body, in the mind, in the visual field, et cetera, et cetera. So when we practice insight meditation, we practice being aware and being open and accepting of whatever our experience is. When thinking arises, it's very important to recognize thinking. But the thinking, we don't identify with the thoughts. In other words, we observe thinking as if it was a conversation in another room. So we let ourselves think whatever we think, but we don't see ourselves as the thinker. We don't try to control our thoughts. Just notice thinking as if you were listening to a radio or two people talking from next door. This particular practice, as I mentioned, comes from the Buddhist practice in Southeast Asia, Theravada Buddhism. And we don't have time to go into all the details of why this practice is so powerful, but it's designed to eliminate all forms of suffering. Or as the Buddhists would call it, dukkha. Dukkha is really the Sanskrit word for what we call suffering. But dukkha goes deeper than simply suffering as we understand it. Dukkha means any form of dissatisfaction. So if we notice in almost any given moment, there's typically some dissatisfaction. We want life to be different than what it is. There's something unfulfilling. When we are able to dissolve that through seeing what is clearly in this moment, we see that each moment becomes deeply satisfying. And our conditioned mind says that the satisfaction is in the content of our experience. I have to have this to keep me entertained, or I have to have this, something that I like or that makes me feel good. Otherwise, I'm not satisfied. This practice will show you how to be satisfied fully in each moment, regardless of what your experience is. And so the beautiful thing is that it is possible. It is possible to be satisfied, to be happy, to be fulfilled all the time, no matter what. Because it's not conditioned upon the content. Life is like a like a movie. It comes and it goes. It has, drama and comedy and tragedy and all of the above. It's always changing. But if we can be at the center point, the still point of that, and just taste the deliciousness of being alive, the beauty of being alive, that's infinitely more satisfying than anything we can imagine. So that's the great paradox. What is right now is better than anything that we can hope for, believe it or not. So anyway, please don't take my word for it. Don't believe me. I'm telling you not to believe me because I want you to try it out and discover it for yourself. And that's really what it's all about, is experience. So in our seminar this afternoon, we're going to have about 90 minutes to do some practice and to get started with a little bit of insight meditation. And I hope you'll be able to attend. And if you cannot attend, I invite you to explore the topic of insight meditation. If you don't know where to go or what to do, my website is robertbrumet.com, and it's easy to find. And I wish you well on your journey, and I'm excited about presenting this to you and being here with you this morning. So, namaste. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much, Robert, for that message. I'm really looking forward to the seminar this afternoon, which will actually start in just about half an hour. It's going to go from 11:30 to 1. I know many of you have sent us your email address, so you'll have already received that Zoom invite. If someone out there has decided they really would kind of like to attend that after all, there's still a little time here, next half hour or so. Just send your email address to unityDelawareOhio@gmail.com, unityDelawareOhio@gmail.com, and give us your email address, and Joe will send you the Zoom invite for that, and that will start at 11:30. Looking forward to that, and so grateful to Robert for sharing his wisdom with us this morning. Many thanks to Joe, as always, for his technical support. I want to thank in advance our dear friend Jasianna Chaley, who recorded something with us. We kind of dual recorded. We both recorded in our homes, and Joe put it together. We're going to do that song in a moment. Thanks to all of you for your unfailing support. And let's go to that song now, and then we'll close out with a prayer for protection. I think you'll enjoy.
This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't
Thank you, Jasianna Chaley, for joining us on that. Yes, and thank you, Joe, for doing the software stuff there that made that work with us, our recording side by side. This was a lot of fun to do. So it was good to have the 3 J's back together again, wasn't it, Joe? All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Let's just close things off as we always do by saying the prayer for protection together, all right? The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And so it is. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you next Sunday, same time, same place. Bye.